All right, real estate questions aside, there's no disputing that we've had a strong economic recovery since 2009, enjoyed by banks, big business, as well as investors.
Now, for the rest of the nation, small business owners and workers, the economy is a mixed bag. Real Orange business editor Pete Weitzner explains.
It's 2013, and the stock and housing markets are booming. But among this representative throng of Orange County business leaders, there's still need to worry.
If we don't increase demand, because up to now the recovery is based on manipulation of the feds and shedding of employment.
When Avidan talks of a lack of demand, he's talking of a lack of consumer buying and business investing, and that translates to a lack of jobs. Yes, the rate of 7.4% is a 5-year low, but there's a lot of temp jobs in there, wages are also low, and the number of people looking for work, well, that's a 35-year low.
Typically what happens during deep recession, some people get discouraged and they stay home. You know, your spouse has a job, you say, okay, I take a vacation for a while, or you go back to school. But what's happening now as the economy is recovering, we like to see that labor participation to pick up. In a way, though, it's negative. Remember, if labor participation picks up, unemployment could go higher.
Sure.
Because we're not generating as many jobs.
Can we assume a fair amount then, or?
Our discouraged workers, for sure.
Biggest concern, one of them at least, is access to qualified labor markets. Although we're still, behind the mark as far as unemployment. I think a key is finding the right qualified employees out there, so they're hiring slower than they would otherwise.
No figure highlights the contrast in fortunes between the middle class and the investor class better than this one. The U.S. economy's grown $1.2 trillion in GDP since 2009. Investors have made 10 times that amount in the stock market.
Monetary policy is no panacea.
The main reason is that all the trillions Chairman Bernanke and the Fed have thrown at the economy have been directed at Wall Street. Bond buying to push down rates. To be sure, the Main Street picture isn't all bleak. That annual spending increase of 1.5% is small, but we're buying big-ticket items like cars. It does seem that higher taxes and stagnant wages are crimping buying of discretionary items. Ironically, when the Fed stops its bond buying is when Main Street's fortunes may start improving. Higher rates will boost savings and make consumer spending a better option than investing. This is Pete Weitzner for Real Orange.
Many economists and political analysts say that this divergence of fortunes between Main Street and Wall Street, in simpler terms, the shrinking of America's middle class.